WCVB-TV, New England's television news leader. This is News Center 5 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pam Cross.
And I'm Anthony Everett. Shots were fired at the White House again early this morning, renewing concerns about increasing violence and the protection of the president.
The first family slept through the whole incident and there were no injuries. Two 9mm slugs landed short of the White House on the ground behind the south portico. Less than a month ago, a gunman sprayed the front of the White House with semi-automatic weapons fire. We get the latest now from reporter Andy Field.
If this were any other Washington neighborhood, the people in Washington would just dismiss it as perhaps another random shooting here. But this time, the bullets hit the White House. One of the bullets hit the White House early this morning, and the Secret Service isn't certain how to stop these attacks. They've repeated the search twice this fall. Agents looking for bullets aimed at the president's home. This time it happened just after 2 in the morning. Someone driving or walking by the ellipse aimed a number of 9mm bullets at the south lawn. The Secret Service found one of those spent rounds on the first-floor balcony, just one floor below a sleeping first family. They didn't hear the shots, and no one was hurt.
We don't know whether it was someone firing haphazardly from the ellipse, whether it was someone who was driving by and firing, but obviously the matter continues to be under investigation.
It was just 6 weeks ago that Francisco Duran pumped 29 shots into the White House from his semi-automatic rifle. The bullets didn't hurt anyone then, and 6 weeks before that, a suicide pilot slammed his small plane into the south lawn. It crashed only a few feet from the president's bedroom. But the first family wasn't home then. That day, President Clinton said he still felt safe.
Let me assure all Americans, the People's House will be kept safe, it will be kept open, and the people's business will go on.
Washington residents have become accustomed to random gunfire in the city's most dangerous neighborhoods. But the White House is supposed to be one of the most secure buildings anywhere. Now, once again, the Secret Service is urging the president to close the streets around the building to make it safer.
You don't want to turn the White House, the United States of America, into a fortress. You want to be able to try to find that kind of balance between proper security for the president, but also open access for the public.
The Secret Service was ordered to come up with a better security plan when the small plane crashed into the White House 3 months ago. That plan is supposed to be ready next month. I'm Andy Field, live at the White House. Back to you.
All right, thank you. A deadly shooting in Fairhaven has police searching for a suspect at this hour. A woman in her 30s is dead tonight after being shot in an apartment above the Barbaros restaurant in Fairhaven. Waitresses and patrons of the restaurant reportedly heard shots fired in the apartment where the owner of the restaurant lives. The victim's name has not been released. Police are looking for a suspect driving a 1986 Plymouth Voyager. We will have an update tonight at 11.
Violence erupted in Boston last night at a crowded rap concert. Several rap groups held a concert at the Cyclorama in the South End. But when fights broke out on the dance floor, Boston police made the decision to shut the event down. And that's when shots were fired. At the Boston Center for the Arts, they were lighting candles for peace today. Although it was anything but peaceful here last night when a rap concert turned violent. 500 people were crowded in the arena, also known as the Cyclorama, when a fight broke out.
And as a result of that, a decision was made to conclude the concert. Right at the time that the concert was finishing, shots were heard emanating from the rear of the hall and also in the area of the men's room.
A 21-year-old Jamaica Plain man, Cedric Edwards, was shot twice. His wounds are not life-threatening.
We are the new symbols of youth.
It was just that type of violence that today's long-planned holiday healing celebration was designed to address. A chance to bring young people together from around the city to show they can interact peacefully.
There's too much of this negativity going on. The youth who are out there doing all these negative things need to realize that what they're doing isn't going to prevail them in the long run, and it's not going to help nobody. It's going to end up getting them killed.
Police have some reports that factions from rival housing projects may have started last night's altercation. That is being investigated, and while police have no suspects, they say their investigation is proceeding well. As for the fact that the shooting happened just across the street from the South End police station,
we're not clairvoyant. There's no way of predicting some of the tragic events that occur on a daily basis in society. We're doing the best we can to work closely with the center and meeting with them to plan on future events.
the victim in last night's shooting, Cedric Edwards, is listed in stable condition tonight at Boston City Hospital.
It's a tradition that began decades ago when a pilot got caught in a powerful storm. The beacons of nearby lighthouses led him to safety. He rewarded the lighthouse keepers with Christmas presents. As News Center 5's Beth Germano reports, for more than 60 years, pilots have helped St. Nick continue the tradition.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. Wait, come back. Santa by helicopter?
This is a little quicker than the sleigh, actually, and it's real enjoyable, and we got a good crew aboard. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack? How you doing, Jack? Merry Christmas.
For the keepers of the lighthouses along the New England coast, life by the sea can be cold and lonely this time of year. So Santa's not just coming to town, he's coming to the shore, where Christmas means a warm visit from a special friend.
We were in Chatham in '89, and he came in '89 while we were stationed there. So this is another added treat.
So he always finds you?
Yes.
I thought it was really funny that he came down in a helicopter.
Where's the sleigh?
I bet he left it because he was waiting he wanted to let the sleigh have a rest.
There's no rest for Santa, still getting used to this flying machine. Over the rooftops and the houses he came, bearing gifts and getting some just the same. And if you thought this was just for the kids on his list, think again. For Wesley Panet, who lives at Boston Light, the nation's only manned lighthouse, the red and white is a sight to behold.
It gets kind of lonely out here, especially this time of year. And
what did you ask for?
some razor blades.
Some razor blades?
Razor blades and some magazines and stuff to help pass the time in the winter.
And we heard him exclaim as he flew out of sight,
Merry Christmas!
To all and your houses of light. Beth Germano, News Center 5.
Little modification on the old.
We like it.
Yeah, it's very good. Still ahead tonight. On New England's News Center 5, 2 American helicopter pilots are being held in North Korea. The White House calls the situation ominous.
The latest hope for peace in Bosnia. A former president and freelance peacemaker departs for Croatia.
And why criminals in Oklahoma may go free thanks to a cleaning crew.
After 113 years of creating the finest shirts known to man, Van Heusen recognized that there was still one little improvement we could make. Presenting Van Heusen Wrinkle-Free, the shirt that irons itself.
What makes Finlandia America's #1 imported Swiss cheese? Finland. With water so pure, milk so fresh, and air so crisp, it produces a 100% natural Swiss, low in sodium, aged at least 100 days. Now introducing new Finlandia Light Swiss. So light, with the same great taste. Half the total fat, half the cholesterol, and lower in calories. Freshly sliced at deli counters everywhere.
There's a place unlike any other in the United States. It's in Norwood, the Auto Mile.
19
Infiniti,
dealers.
Chrysler Plymouth, Jeep Eagle,
Auto Mile.
Hyundai, Chevrolet, Dodge, Nissan,
10,000
Cadillac,
cars.
Subaru, Ford, Toyota,
Auto Mile.
Mitsubishi, Mazda, Volkswagen, BMW,
Tremendous savings
Oldsmobile,
every day.
Lexus, Isuzu, Acura, Auto Mile, Route 1 Norwood.
Just because you're gentle doesn't mean you're weak. Sanka from Maxwell House. Naturally decaffeinated coffee that's always gentle, never weak. It's a rich, smooth, satisfying cup of coffee every time. Drink Sanka, because gentle doesn't have to be weak.
It's hard to surprise people during the holidays. So shop at Staples and give them something different, like a laser printer, electronic organizer, or cordless phone. Over 5,000 gift ideas at a guaranteed low price. Staples, now open in Auburn.
The Defense Department is demanding the safe return tonight of 2 U.S. helicopter pilots who apparently went down in North Korea. The pilots were on a routine training mission when they strayed across the demilitarized zone. North Korea claims to have shot down the enemy helicopter, but U.S. military officials say the helicopter made an emergency landing.
It's ominous that this incident took place. This should not have happened, obviously, for a lot of reasons. But it seems to me that now every effort has to be focused on ensuring the welfare and safety of these pilots and their return.
Defense Department officials say North Korea is giving them conflicting information about the pilots. Tonight, South Korean media are quoting unnamed sources as saying the men are safe.
Former President Jimmy Carter is bringing his diplomatic skills to Bosnia. Carter left today for the former Yugoslavia. He plans to visit Bosnia and Croatia and meet with Bosnian Serb leaders, officials with the Muslim-led government, and Serbia's president. The Bosnian Serbs invited Carter to jumpstart the peace talks. He says he'll encourage both sides to accept an international peace plan as a basis for negotiations. Earlier this year, Carter helped defuse diplomatic crises in North Korea and in Haiti.
Police in Tulsa, Oklahoma are assessing the damage tonight after a major meltdown destroyed evidence in hundreds of criminal cases. A cleaning crew tripped a circuit breaker last weekend, turning off the power to the crime lab's freezer and letting more than 500 frozen blood and fluid samples defrost. The damage wasn't discovered for 2 days, and police say evidence in more than 300 cases was probably destroyed. Tulsa's police chief says the evidence was the lifeblood of many cases already in the courts.
Well, it's just over a week until Christmas. Will it be a white one? Mark's got the forecast when New England's News Center 5 continues.
But first, Santa doesn't need snow to make Christmas dreams come true for children in Dorchester.
Nowadays, the kids aren't the only ones making a statement. I'm making one too. Because the car that I drive comes with one of these.
Right now, until December 31st, current Cadillac and Lincoln owners can lease a new DeVille for $459 a month for 24 months with $2,800 down.
My DeVille says it all, without me having to say a thing.
See the Cadillac Super Network dealers of New England.
Attention car owners, if you're having difficulty making your car payments, call New England Vehicle Management. We have clients who can assume your car payments at no cost to you while maintaining your good credit. Call New England Vehicle Management today for more information.
Empire Loan, Boston's #1 pawnbroker, where you can save up to 50% off retail prices on fabulous gold and estate jewelry. As featured in the Boston Globe Chronicle and Good Housekeeping, Empire Loan has the lowest prices with the highest quality and selection anywhere. Shop around and then shop Empire Loan.
Office Max, taking it to the max.
Whether you're stuffing a stocking or filling an office, there's one place to shop. Office Max. Thousands of gifts, all drastically discounted every day.
Taking it to the max.
The Brother IntelliFax 820 Message Center with digital answering machine and fax. And the Brother WP5750 Professional Daisy Wheel Word Processor with MS-DOS file compatibility and more.
Office Max, taking it to the max.
Betty Crocker knows what guys want.
Potatoes.
And Betty makes one hot potato.
How about it, Mom?
Betty Crocker knows what guys want.
Potatoes.
And Betty makes one hot potato.
How about it, Mom?
Some people hate to stop for gasoline. We do it for a living. Just going from one Sunoco station to another. Checking to make sure a gallon is a gallon. That the octane you pay for is the octane you get. So next time you have to get gasoline, think of us. We have to stop 1,183 times this year.
Now you too can own your own Sunoco tanker truck. In this convenient take-home size. Only $12.99 with fill-up.
We have reports tonight of a Santa sighting in Dorchester. This guy gets around, huh? Santa made a stop at the Dorchester Multi-Service Center today where he was giving out toys and smiles. And would you believe that a reindeer, look, taking pictures. The Multi-Service Center received 200 toys from Toys for Tots yesterday. That program was experiencing a severe shortage of donations, but after the media publicized the problem, the public's response has been overwhelming. Nice.
Yeah, that's neat.
That is neat. But I am sad today because all our snow is gone.
The snow's gone?
Yeah.
Well, maybe by Christmas Eve. We'll see, huh?
Maybe
we'll
sooner.
See.
Maybe later, the way we're going, I'll tell you, because it's warming up out there. Let's check it out and see what's going on in terms of local temperatures right now. It's up to 41. That's why all the snow's gone in Boston. Look out in the Cape, too. 45 degrees in Falmouth, 41 in Nantucket with southeast winds. But we have a little rain and snow falling in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, just cloudy. In Concord, some fog there, a little freezing drizzle and snow in Lebanon, snowing in Montpelier, and some drizzle around Worcester. And where it is below freezing north and west of town, there could be some icy going because we are talking about the potential for some freezing rain or some snowflakes mixed in from 495 north and west. So if you are traveling in these locales tonight, watch out for icy roads. Let's check out the latest radar loop and see where precipitation is falling. As you'll be able to see, this little patch has been building over the last hour or so around Long Island and through around Bridgeport. There are some other scattered areas of rain and freezing rain off to the west of Boston. And note everything is moving north-northeast at about 20 miles an hour. So if you're going out tonight, watch out for the rain, the freezing rain, and the fog. All right, back on the other map, here's what's going on in terms of the national scene. We're looking at a cold front back around Lake Ontario, sloping westward back through, Pennsylvania way. And very slowly, it'll be trucking eastward. Should be moving offshore by morning. And also note an area of low pressure developing around Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. We are going to watch this over the next 24 to 36 hours because it's going to wait for a little shot of atmospheric spin from this storm dropping south from the western Great Lakes, and that could ignite an important East Coast storm, but right now, I think we're going to be spared. The way it looks right now, anyway. All right, so the weather map around midday tomorrow features some very light rain showers in Boston, a few wet snowflakes north and west. Temperatures tomorrow 35 to 43, but then this storm will be trekking east-northeast and blowing up. So by Monday morning, there will be a fairly intense storm about 300 miles east of us. Just a small chance that some light snow could back up from Portland to Boston to Cape Cod with a cold north wind. But there's also a shot we could miss this thing entirely, so certainly stay tuned. And once that storm leaves, the sun comes back out on Monday before the next threat arrives for Tuesday night and Wednesday. The forecast for Boston goes like this. Overnight, cloudy and foggy, occasional showers, some freezing drizzle far north and west, temperatures 30 to 37. And tomorrow, a gray Sunday. There'll be occasional showers around 36 to 44, a few snowflakes in Buffalo, about 35 there. For tomorrow night, just a chance of a few rain or snow showers, temperatures in the 30s. And on Monday, a small chance there could be a little snow here in easternmost New England. And skies will turn partly sunny during the afternoon, be windy and cold in the 30s. Right now, I think we're going to miss the storm, but it certainly bears watching, everybody.
All right. We'll keep watching.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Ed's got a Patriot preview when New England's News Center 5 continues.
And Cam Neely and Ray Bork back on the ice. But I don't think we're exactly talking hockey.
There's a place unlike any other in the United States. It's in Norwood. The Auto Mile.
19
Infiniti,
dealers.
Chrysler Plymouth, Jeep Eagle,
Auto Mile.
Hyundai, Chevrolet, Dodge, Nissan,
10,000
Cadillac,
cars.
Subaru, Ford, Toyota,
Auto Mile.
Mitsubishi, Mazda, Volkswagen, BMW,
Tremendous savings
Oldsmobile,
every day.
Lexus, Isuzu, Acura, Auto Mile, Route 1 Norwood.
The air smells like it's just been made, like there's so much of it. And when I breathe in, it feels good, because the plants are big and full, and they're dripping big, heavy drops, ones they can't hold on to, that land on my face, and ones that just hang in the misty air that's making waves down my back, all the way down my back.
The Great Wall Restaurant, authentic Chinese cuisine prepared with low cholesterol vegetable oil, destroying the myth Chinese food is high in fat. Over 150 menu items, lavish buffets, dim sum, function rooms, and catering. The Great Wall Restaurant, excellent dining for all ages.
Daddy's Junkie Music Stores, where you're guaranteed the best price and the warranty is double. Thousands of new and used guitars, amplifiers, drums, and keyboards are waiting for you at Daddy's junky music when you're ready to rock.
In this season of peace on Earth, will peace find its way to Ireland?
In the last poll that was held down here, 83% said that they would like unity in the country.
A country long divided by war searches for hope.
They all are concerned about the peace process, and they want to see the thing moving ahead.
Chronicle travels to Ireland, a country filled with beauty, anxiety, and hope. Chronicle Monday at 7:30 on New England's Channel 5.
It's Subaru all-wheel drive days. Hey, wait a minute. Why don't the other guys have all-wheel drive days? Oh yeah, they don't have all-wheel drive. They don't have cars that can transfer power from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip like a Subaru Legacy or Impreza can. No wonder they don't have all-wheel drive days. Of course, they could have. Let's get stuck in the snow days. Right now, you can buy an all-wheel drive Subaru Legacy wagon for just $15,999.
Well, it is here, and that means one thing.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Sports.
It means sports.
Well, you know what?
Patriots too, probably.
Well, you have to wonder, does it mean that they're going to actually, you know the old saying, long live the king is dead, that kind of thing? Well, Buffalo's been the king of the American Football Conference, and the New England Patriots would like to take them off that hill, so here we are. The Patriots at this hour stand at that very line that Bill Parcells always talks about. If you win the game tomorrow in Buffalo, you cross over to the next level. But the four-time AFC Conference champions stand square in their path, the Buffalo Bills. The same team that came to Foxborough earlier this year, shred the New England defense in the first part of the game, and then hung on as New England came back. Buffalo won game one. There were over 70 points scored in the game. I wonder if game two will be like that.
You can't really look at that game because their defense and their offense is playing a lot better than it was that second week of the season. So, like I said, we're going to have to be able to move the ball up and down the field, and hopefully our defense can stop them.
And, of course, by now you know the number 12, Jim Kelly, will not be quarterbacking Buffalo. In his stead, a guy by the name of Frank Reich, who's pretty good.
Well, nothing's going to automatically happen for us. You know, we have to go out and we have to make it happen, and we have to start by preparing for a very good football team and going out and making plays to win the game.
The Buffalo Bills have a group, a nucleus. I mean, I can't name the 12 names, but everyone else, you can name them quickly, of competitively hardened veterans that are accustomed to playing in do-or-die games and that are used to it. The New England Patriots don't have that.
So ho, 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 tomorrow in blue Santas on hand in Pontiac, Michigan today. Detroit in their mean blue uniforms. Mel Gray, 1, 2, 3 moves, 4, 5, 6. The Vikings in white. They're all falling. Goodbye. We'll see you later. And one more little goodbye. We'll see you too. 98-yard kickoff return for touchdown by Mel Gray, the third time this year. You know what makes Detroit dangerous? They have Mel Gray who can do it. And they have this Sanders guy. What's his name? Barry. Sanders. 41-19. That was a 60-some-odd yard run by Barry Sanders. So Detroit won that game. By the way, the Patriots beat both the teams you just saw, Minnesota and Detroit. And interesting, we mentioned on the Parcells that he had never beaten Buffalo in the regular season. Of course, he does have one win over Buffalo. When did that come? In the Super Bowl, I think? Yeah, right. The other game going on, San Francisco is beating Denver, so the Broncos will go away. College basketball, UMass in their home white. Oh, they were the Minutemen today against Western Kentucky. Cam beat up Bright for the slam, 50-39 at the half. UMass in control. John Calipari sporting the T-shirt look, the Miami Vice look. Camby with a slam, 91-72 UMass over Western Kentucky in the Mullins Center today. We'll try this one on for size. The Celtics, because they have so much money lying around, could they own the Red Sox? According to the New York Times, the Celtics are interested in taking their profits from the sale of the television station, which will be roughly $90 million, and invest it. And they're thinking about the Red Sox. When contacted, neither team would rule it out. They wouldn't confirm it, but they wouldn't rule it out. And plenty of Bruins on hand for hockey today. Ted Donato with the rush, back to Don Sweeney. The shot's tipped in by Oates. Hey, what's going on here? Are the Bruins playing? Well, no, this is a charity game played down in Providence today. Black on white. Cam Neely back to Oates, back to Bork. Oates had a goal and 2 assists, typical things. Here is the embarrassing moment of the night for Cam Neely. Watch him now. He kind of circles in. He's got the puck, kind of circles around. He's a real wholehearted effort here, and he just flips it back into his own goal. Got to wonder, though, what can you tell the fans about this play? Cam?
Call up the owners. We said from day one that we wanted to play. They're the ones that locked us out.
I'm optimistic. I'm always pretty positive, and I feel it wouldn't be for the best interest of players and owners. And you know, as players, we're ready to sit out the whole year.
So that's the level of hockey that goes on. They raised $25,000 for a charity in the Providence area, which was nice.
We're exactly going 100% though.
No, but it would be nicer if they were back doing their thing.
Certainly would
instead of that thing.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
That's our report. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good night.
We will be back at 11. Do have a good evening.
Newly elected Speaker of the United States House Newt Gingrich has made some terribly reckless remarks for which he has been appropriately criticized. But he also made one statement that seems to summarize much of what troubles our country and its young people today. He said, "It is impossible to maintain civilization with 12-year-olds having babies, with 15-year-olds killing each other, with 17-year-olds dying of AIDS, and with 18-year-olds ending up with diplomas they can't read." We may not agree with Mr. Gingrich's style, the extremes of his politics, or some of his simplistic solutions, but we do agree with his assessment. There is a need and a craving to reestablish a moral order that would allow us to address the once unimagined problems of babies having babies and teenagers shooting each other. Old-fashioned values like personal morality, responsibility, and the work ethic would go far in making things better. And we should try to achieve these through welfare reform and other initiatives. But whatever course reform takes, we must remember that the baby
Fairhaven and an intense manhunt. They're searching for ways to make the White House safer. It's the target of bullets again. Christmas at Pops tonight is a celebration for the late conductor on his special day. And a special Santa takes to the sky to deliver Christmas goodies to New England's lightkeepers.
You're watching WCVB-TV, New England's television news leader. This is News Center 5 tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pam Cross. Police in Fairhaven are still looking for answers tonight, although they have a suspect in custody charged with murder. Authorities believe some kind of domestic dispute resulted in the death of 40-year-old Christine Sylvia. She was shot several times near the doorway of an apartment.
We have a suspect we believe to be a husband, William.
The details are confusing. Police rushed to the scene in Fairhaven to find the mother of two critically injured. She was inside an apartment just over Barbaro's restaurant. The restaurant owner, Thomas Barbaro, called police. Reportedly, his 2-year-old son witnessed the shooting. Neither the victim nor the suspect lived at the apartment. Police searched for hours for the woman's estranged husband, 45-year-old William Sylvia. He was described as heavily armed and dangerous and wearing camouflage clothing. William Sylvia was arrested late this evening in Wareham. A cook at Barbaro's restaurant told reporters waitresses and diners heard shots coming from the upstairs apartment where restaurant owner Thomas Barbaro lives. The victim was shot more than once.
I would believe it was some type of a handgun, but I'm not sure.
The hunt for William Sylvia ended tonight in Wareham when 10 police cars surrounded his vehicle on a busy street. Sylvia had 3 loaded guns when he was arrested. He will likely be arraigned on murder charges on Monday. Tonight, the Secret Service says one of the shots fired at the White House today landed on a balcony just below the first family's living quarters. About 6 shots were fired at the White House early this morning while the Clintons slept. Investigators found 2 bullets on the grounds. It's the 3rd breach of White House security in just 4 months. And so far, investigators have no suspects and no motive.
We don't know whether it was someone firing haphazardly from the ellipse, whether it was someone who was driving by and firing. But obviously the matter continues to be under investigation.
In September, a small plane crashed into the White House South Lawn, and 7 weeks ago, a man opened fire on the White House. Francisco Duran was charged with attempting to assassinate the president. Tonight, an impassioned plea to end the violence from a group of Hub teenagers who watched helplessly as a rap concert erupted in gunfire. Last night's concert at the Boston Center for the Arts was shut down when fighting broke out on the dance floor, but when the lights came up, shots were fired. Here's News Center 5's Anthony Everett.
At the Boston Center for the Arts, they were lighting candles for peace today. Although it was anything but peaceful here last night when a rap concert turned violent. 500 people were crowded in the arena, also known as the Cyclorama, when a fight broke out.
And as a result of that, a decision was made to conclude the concert. Right at the time that the concert was finishing, shots were heard emanating from the rear of the hall and also in the area of the men's room.
A 21-year-old Jamaica Plain man, Cedric Edwards, was shot twice. His wounds are not life-threatening.
We are the new symbols of youth.
It was just that type of violence that today's long-planned holiday healing celebration was designed to address. A chance to bring young people together from around the city to show they can interact peacefully.
There's too much of this negativity going on. The youth who are out there doing all these negative things need to realize that what they're doing isn't going to prevail them in the long run, and it's not going to help nobody. It's going to end up getting them killed.
Police have some reports that factions from rival housing projects may have started last night's altercation. That is being investigated, and while police have no suspects, they say their investigation is proceeding well. As for the fact that the shooting happened just across the street from the South End police station,
we're not clairvoyant. There's no way of predicting some of the tragic events that occur on a daily basis in society. We're doing the best we can to work closely with the center and meeting with them to plan on future events.
In the South End, Anthony Everett, News Center 5 Tonight.
Tonight, police have no suspects in the shooting. They say the victim, Cedric Edwards, will not answer questions nor provide a description of the assailants. Tonight, Lowell police say a New Hampshire car driving without headlights may have caused a fatal accident last night. 3 vehicles were involved in the accident on Pawtucket Boulevard near the Merrimack River. The man who apparently caused the accident was killed. Police say the victim's Chevrolet, running at night and without lights, was apparently rear-ended and pushed into the oncoming lane where it struck a Dodge Caravan head-on. 3 other people were hurt in that crash. Police aren't releasing the names of the victims. 2 state troopers are recovering tonight after a Bridgewater man allegedly led them on a dangerous game of demolition derby. Police say 29-year-old John Hebb ran a checkpoint on Route 28 in Brockton last night. A chase followed and Hebb was boxed in by police cruisers. He's accused of hitting several vehicles while trying to get away. Hebb faces assault, drug, and drunk driving charges. Preventing drunk driving was the point today in Jamaica Plain. Firefighters and members of an ambulance service practiced the right way to pull someone from a smashed vehicle. During the holidays, the experts say many highway deaths are the result of drinking and driving.
Experience has shown us that most of your fatalities, over 50% during the holiday season, are alcohol related. You mix speed and alcohol together and you're going to have us in there on hopefully not a fatality, but we see that quite often.
Nationwide public awareness programs are helping reduce traffic fatalities, but once again, safety experts say use designated drivers who do not drink before getting behind the wheel. Tonight, Time magazine has named as its Person of the Year Pope John Paul II. In the upcoming issue, the Pope is called a visionary in a time of moral decline, urging the world to follow his view of the good life. The Time piece isn't without some criticism of the pontiff, noting that some detractors see John Paul's refusal to endorse condom use as irresponsible in the age of AIDS. Time's Man of the Year issue hits the newsstands on December 26. Well, now it is time for us to check in on the first forecast. For that, we turn to Mark, live in the Weather Center. Mark?
All right, Pam, thank you very much. Rain is falling out there in the greater Boston area. It is going to be a very wet night indeed. Let's check out the latest satellite loop, and I want to show you exactly what's going on. You see all kinds of moisture now spilling into the Great Lakes. That's going to translate to the mid-Atlantic coast, where a new storm system will be developing. Also notice some moisture down in the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to add some atmospheric spin. So it's going to be very close here whether we get some snow late tomorrow night and Monday. When I come back, we'll have a complete look at the week ahead. Pam?
Mark, there is much more still to come tonight on New England's News Center 5. The U.S. negotiates for the release of 2 helicopter pilots who went down today in North Korea. O.J. Simpson's lawyer visits him in jail. Is Simpson running out of money as hearings wind down for the year? And the Boston Pops pull out all the stops to celebrate the centennial of a legendary conductor.
If you were to design the most exciting place on Earth, it probably wouldn't look like this. It would have riding and boating and fun for the whole family. It would have nightlife and big-name entertainment and a world-class casino. So it's not surprising that a place that looks like this doesn't offer all these things. What's surprising is that it does. Foxwoods, the wonder of the Connecticut woods.
It was almost like I was getting away with something. I mean, I went, I drove, I liked, and I signed. For nothing down.
Lease the 275 horsepower Seville with the North Star system right now for $599 a month for 36 months and 0 down.
Within an hour, I had my new Seville. The first 50 minutes of that was the test drive.
See your Cadillac dealer today.
Sometimes even the best gifts come with a few strings attached. The Bank of Boston Celebrity Series, a celebration of music and dance, a gift from all of us at Bank of Boston.
The condition of 2 U.S. Army helicopter pilots who went down in North Korea is still unknown tonight. The pilots were on a routine training mission today when they strayed across the demilitarized zone. North Korea claims it shot down the helicopter and is interrogating the pilots. Tonight, the Clinton administration is demanding their safe return.
It's ominous that this incident took place. This should not have happened, obviously, for a lot of reasons. But it seems to me that now every effort has to be focused on ensuring the welfare and safety of these pilots and their return.
U.S. Congressman Bill Richardson, a New Mexico Democrat, arrived in North Korea today on unrelated business. Tonight, he is helping negotiate the pilot's release. And tomorrow, former President Jimmy Carter may face his most difficult diplomatic challenge yet, trying to negotiate a ceasefire in Bosnia. Carter left Atlanta today for the former Yugoslavia. The Bosnian Serbs invited Carter to the region to jumpstart the failed peace talks. Mr. Carter says his goal is to help reduce hostilities and bring the Bosnian Serbs to the bargaining table on the international peace plan. Earlier this year, Carter successfully intervened in tense situations in North Korea and Haiti. O.J. Simpson made his final court appearance of 1994 yesterday, and tonight, as a 2.5-week break begins, Simpson remains unsure of when his trial will start, what evidence will be introduced, and how long his cash will hold out. Defense attorney Robert Shapiro was among Simpson's visitors today. On Monday, Judge Lance Ito will issue written rulings on the admissibility of DNA evidence and the contents of a jailhouse outburst. That could mean more evidence pushing opening statements back to March. There are reports that Simpson wants to forego some hearings and get the trial underway because he's running short on funds. The Boston Pops brought the house down tonight with a holiday concert to honor Arthur Fiedler's 100th birthday. Dixon led the gala event at Symphony Hall on the 100th anniversary of Fiedler's birth. Fiedler led the Pops for 50 years, and he inaugurated the Holiday Pops concerts 21 years ago. Tonight, even Santa paid his respects. Tonight's concert also featured the legendary conductor's daughter narrating "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Balloons and all. Mark fills in the details of our Sunday forecast when New England's News Center 5 continues. And then later, it seems he's everywhere, even in the skies over New England's most remote lighthouses.
Imagine 36 million people agreeing on something. That's how many people drive a Chevrolet today. Make you wonder if they know something you don't? Like how to get a special lease offer on this all-new Chevy Lumina with dual airbags and air conditioning. It's called Making Your Money Count, and you can do it right now at your Chevrolet dealer. Hey, 36 million people can't be wrong. Making your money count for the holidays. That's genuine Chevrolet.
Well, I kind of need money for this concert coming up.
Okay, Darren. The money will be there before you are.
Hey, thanks, Dad. I owe you one.
Only the Bay Bank card with Express Link lets you link all your accounts to one card and give them custom names.
Hey, guys, I can go to the concert tonight.
So now you can transfer money from your household account to your son's account at college in no time at all.
More money.
The Bay Bank card with Express Link.
Yeah! Who said my dad isn't as fast as he used to be?
Zales sells more diamonds than any jeweler in the country. But right now, we'd like to talk about just one. The classic round half-carat solitaire at just $9.99. Zales, the diamond solitaire store.
Kate, I thought you were home with a bad cold.
Oh, but now I feel better.
Did you take Sudafed for your stuffy nose, chlortrimeton for sneezing?
I only took Comtrex.
Extra strength Tylenol for headache, Robitussin maximum strength for your cough?
For a cold, why take all these when Comtrex does it all?
On the next Sirens, when racial hatreds flare up, the rookies get caught in the crossfire.
Call me Booyak.
No one called me Booyak!
I'm not gonna let them hurt you. I promise.
Kill my child, you deserve to die.
Grandpa?
What we need here is it for sure? Is it for sure? Is that the man?
Tonight at 11:35 on Channel 5.
Well, we have reports tonight of a Santa sighting in Dorchester. Santa made a stop at the Dorchester Multi-Service Center today where he was giving out toys and smiles. And would you believe a reindeer was taking pictures? Very talented. The Multi-Service Center received 200 Toys for Tots from the Toys for Tots program yesterday. That program was experiencing a severe shortage of donations, but after the media publicized the problem, the public's response was overwhelming. That's nice. Very nice. That's great. Overwhelmed by this weather, huh?
Boy, we're on the hot seat here tonight. I'll tell you, you got a tough call to make for tomorrow night on through Monday with the storm perhaps backing into us to give us some snow and wind. That is a baby, but let's get into it. A lot to talk about. And the clock is already running. How do you like that? 39 and raining in Boston, 44 in Falmouth with light rain. Pretty mild on through the Nantucket at 43 degrees. A little freezing. Drizzle now in Worcester at 31, 41 in Providence, Rhode Island. A little bit of ice up north, Concord, New Hampshire. Some ice and snowing now in Lebanon, New Hampshire. So we say if you are going out tonight, north and west of 495, it will be icy. So please be careful driving. The rest of us will have rain and fog. And speaking of rain and fog, let's check out the latest radar loop. And I want to show you that there has been this area of rain that's been building all night, moving off to the northeast at about 30 miles an hour. So obviously it's going to be a wet night and a wet start to the day tomorrow. On the national map, here's what's going on. Let's see, it's the tale of two storms. We have a little mesoscale low pressure area around Long Island. That's the reason for the enhanced rainfall overnight. Note a cold front off to the west of us, and slowly that's going to be moving eastward. And as it does, this area of low pressure is going to get a shot of adrenaline and start to intensify while moving northeast up the coast late tomorrow and tomorrow night at the same time, dragging colder air in at all levels of the atmosphere. So the weather map for us at around midday tomorrow will feature that storm well south of New England with a band of rain from Boston south and east, but the rain's going to mix with snow from Worcester north and west, and during the day the snow line will be advancing eastward. So by Monday morning there is going to be one heck of a storm located about 200 to 300 miles to the east of Boston, and we are getting some late data in that would suggest to me that this low may get captured in all levels of the atmosphere and just stall here for about 12 hours, throwing in some moisture from the Atlantic Ocean. So there could be a backlash of snow from Bangor to Boston out to Cape Cod. We're just going to have to wait and see how much snow we're going to get. Check with me tomorrow at midday. Forecast for Boston talks about rain and fog overnight, some ice well inland, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. And then for tomorrow, occasional rain, gradually mixing with snow first inland, temperatures 34 to 44. For tomorrow night, a chance of occasional snow in easternmost New England, 30 to 34. And Monday, it could be snowing from Boston to Cape Cod up to Cape Ann, at least until midday. It'll be windy and cold in the mid-30s, so certainly A tough call to make, and we will try to really nail it down for you tomorrow at noontime.
Living on the edge,
Oh,
huh?
yes. Story of my life.
Thanks a lot,
All
Mark.
right.
Later, Santa Claus moves up from chimneys to lighthouses. But waltz up next with sports. Can Dominique rocket the Celtics to victory? Those highlights coming up.
Je t'aime. Oh, je t'aime. Oh, mon amour. Tu es la vague. Moi, l'île nue. Oh, je te
To seduction, champagne moet, where celebration is born.
Your Ford dealer presents something built to last. Something that has stood the test of time. Like a Ford F-150 truck from your Ford dealer. With galvanized steel construction and a cargo box bolted, not welded to the frame, it's strong and solid. Something for the ages, you might say. Lease the 95 F-150 with driver's side airbag for just $225 a month. Your New England Ford dealer. No wonder we've got 5 of the 10 best-selling vehicles in America.
Celebrate the magic of the holidays with Channel 5 and the Boston Pops Orchestra. John Williams leads a festive program of all your favorite music with special guests Kathy Lee Gifford and Sam Donaldson, along with the Tanglewood Festival Chorus. Join me, Mary Richardson, and A&E's Jack Perkins for a spectacular evening of music for the whole family. Holiday at Pops, Sunday night at 8 on New England's Channel 5.
She wants him forever, but there's one thing standing in the way. Does it tick you off that he doesn't want to be more committed because of your daughters?
Absolutely.
And she won't date anybody with kids.
I don't come with any baggage.
Children are not baggage.
Dates are going to be canceled because of those children.
There is not a man watching with children that's going to ever call you up. I'm telling you, we are so clear about that. Single parents say they can't find a date. Next, Oprah.
Monday at 4, followed by News Center 5.
Well, Ed has the evening off, which leaves Walt watching the Celtics, huh?
Yeah, it was a neat night for Neek tonight, Pam. I had to practice that for the last minute and a half, but nothing like facing the defending NBA champs when you're trying to end a losing streak. That was the task facing the Celtics tonight in Houston as they went up against Akeem and company. Things looked bleak early on in the first quarter as the Celtics fell behind by 9 early. Rockets scored the game's first 9. Robert Horry on the jam here, 36-27 Houston after 1. Second quarter, Celts hang tough. Eric Montrose will slam home the follow on the Sherm Douglas miss. He had 11 first half points. The man of the night, though, Dominique Wilkins, inside for 2 plus 1. 21 first half points for Neek. Celts were up 1 at the half. Third quarter, Celts go down 6, but Wilkins comes through again, grabs the rebound, puts it back in. Celts go back up by 1. Then he drives the lane again, 84-84 after 3. Fourth quarter, game close. Neek does it again.
Celts trying to get something good and illegal defense there. Neek has tied it up. What a play by Dominique.
Game tied 105-105. D. Brown drills a 3 with 34.8 seconds left. Celts hang on 112-109. Neek with 43 points on the night. And the Celts come away with a win. They will be playing again Monday in Denver. Miami gets 18 points from Kevin Gamble, 24 from Kevin Willis. Miami beats Atlanta. Charlotte, a winner at home tonight. Detroit, a winner on the road tonight. Minnesota, a winner on the road, beating Washington. And San Antonio handles the Lakers in the Hemisphere. UMass Minutemen remain perfect at the Mullins Center, where they disposed of Western Kentucky this afternoon with relative ease, 91-72. They just love playing at home, and the fans like to see them there as well. Marcus Camby, Dante Bright for the slam. At the half, it was 50-39 for the Minutemen. Bright with 14 points. Does this man look concerned? Not one bit. Camby with the slam, he had 12, 5 of them coming on dunks. UMass now 5-1 with their 91-72 win. Well, there's a report in the New York Times that the Celtics may be considering buying the Red Sox. Neither team has confirmed or ruled out that scenario. Celts will soon add about $90 million to their coffers when they sell the TV station they own. Meanwhile, in Providence this afternoon, Hockey Star fans had a chance to get their fill at Schneider Arena on Providence College's campus. As a bevy of NHL players assembled today, playing for charity, Ray Bork was there. He scored. But Ray, this is nice. What's up with the NHL season?
That day's coming where it's going to be called or something's going to be worked out, and I think everybody's anxious to see what's going to happen, and everybody's still got some hope that this thing could be resolved. I mean, we feel for the fans, but it's just too bad because they're caught in the middle of it, and they don't get to see baseball, they don't get to see hockey, and you know, it's brutal for them.
Right now, it's coming to crunch time, so it's a time for both players and owners to use their heads here and hopefully get something done, because you know, as players they want to play, and as owners they want to play too.
Now, this was a charity game, and Cam Neely shows you why. He was feeling rather charitable. He puts one in for the other team. Cam seems worried about the state of hockey this year.
Who knows what will happen if there's no hockey? I mean, you know, the players can play. I mean, matter of where and how, but you know, I mean, you know, we want to play. I don't think too many guys want to sit out. I mean, it depends on, you know, if this thing goes all year, it's going to go into next year too. I mean, who knows how long this thing could last.
Well, the game this weekend for sports fans is tomorrow in Buffalo when the 8-6 Pats meet the 7-7 Bills. The Patriots need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive and at the same time oust the 4-time AFC champs from the postseason picture. Now, of course, Jim Kelly will not be taking part in the festivities tomorrow. He was injured on this play last week against the Vikings. That means that Frank Reich is the man for the Bills. Remember back when he led the Bills back in the playoffs against Houston in '93? Reich keeping things in perspective.
Certainly you hope that the experience that you had, you want to use it to your benefit, but you don't want to rest on just on that experience. You have to go out and perform on the field every time. You don't want to think that, you know, just because you've done it before, it's automatically going to happen again. You know, nothing's going to automatically happen for us.
Coach Parcells worries about Buffalo's experience in big games. It could be a major factor tomorrow.
The Buffalo Bills have a group, a nucleus. I mean, I can't name the 12 names, but everyone else, you can name them quickly, of competitively hardened veterans that are accustomed to playing in do-or-die games and that are used to it. The New England Patriots don't have that.
Now, we'll find out tomorrow if they do, if they don't. San Francisco against Denver. Not everyone was really excited about this game. First drive of the game, 49ers, 79 yards, 13 plays, culminates in this Steve Young 12-yard touchdown pass to Ricky Waters, the first of 3 touchdowns for Waters tonight. Then Young hits Jerry Rice for a 23-yard touchdown. Rice with 108 catches this year. That's a career best. It was Rice's 49th game with over 100 yards receiving, 42-19 San Francisco. And by the way, Steve Young is completing 73% of his passes. Not a blue Christmas in Detroit. A lot of gray area. Mel Gray, 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. His 3rd this year, 9th of his career. And if you're wondering, that ties an NFL record. That broke a 3-3 tie in the second quarter. Third quarter, Barry Sanders, he can do it too. 65-yard sprint for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Sanders with 110 yards, 169 yards shy of 2,000 yards for the season. And Detroit wins rather handily, 41-19. So we got the Pats at 1 tomorrow.
All right, and Neek is his nickname.
Neek.
Not easy to say.
No.
Still to come, same time next year. That could be his slogan. Santa keeps a date at some of the region's most remote locations. That is next on News Center Pod tonight.
Have a Walgreens Christmas.
Polaroid high-speed 600 film 3-packs are just $24.99 after $5 on-pack mail-in rebate. Bonus 2-packs of Kodak Gold 200 film come with 25% more exposures free. 60 total exposures just $7.99. This Studio 35 single-use camera or this focus-free 35mm camera, both with built-in flashes, your choice just $9.99.
It's Walgreens this Christmas.
There's a place unlike any other in the United States. It's in Norwood. The Auto Mile.
19
Infiniti,
dealers.
Chrysler Plymouth, Jeep Eagle,
Auto Mile.
Hyundai, Chevrolet, Dodge, Nissan,
10,000
Cadillac,
cars.
Subaru, Ford, Toyota,
Auto Mile.
Mitsubishi, Mazda, Volkswagen, BMW,
Tremendous savings
Oldsmobile,
every day.
Lexus, Isuzu, Acura, Auto Mile, Route 1 Norwood.
For extraordinary gifts, follow tradition. Just look for the light in the sky. The light that shines from the shops at Prudential Center, where you'll find over 70 joyous stores and restaurants for shopping that feels like the holidays. It's the shops at Prudential Center. The heart of Boston now has a soul.
We covered storms like breaking news and got you through last year's record-breaking winter.
So far this winter, we've had 72 inches of snow in Boston.
This winter, count on News Center 5 once again for the most accurate and up-to-the-minute news and weather information. When will the next nor'easter strike? Are schools in your town closed? And just how bad are the roads? For the critical information you need, count on News Center 5 to bring it to you first with no hype. It's not just the news, it's News Center 5.
Celebrate the magic of the holidays with Channel 5 and the Boston Pops Orchestra. John Williams leads a festive program of all your favorite music with special guests Kathy Lee Gifford and Sam Donaldson, along with the Tanglewood Festival Chorus. Join me, Mary Richardson, and A&E's Jack Perkins for a spectacular evening of music for the whole family. Holiday at Pops, Sunday night at 8 on New England's Channel 5.
It's a tradition that began in 1929 when an airplane pilot got lost in a snowstorm near the Maine coast. The beacons of 7 lighthouses helped him set a course for a safe landing. In gratitude, he retraced the flight, dropping wrapped presents on the lawns of the lighthouse keepers who saved his life. As News Center 5's Beth Germano reports, the Flying Santa is still bringing smiles to families across New England.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. Wait, come back. Santa by helicopter?
This is a little quicker than the sleigh, actually, and it's real enjoyable, and we got a good crew aboard. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack? How you doing, Jack? Merry Christmas.
For the keepers of the lighthouses along the New England coast, life by the sea can be cold and lonely this time of year. So Santa's not just coming to town, he's coming to the shore, where Christmas means a warm visit from a special friend.
We were in Chatham in '89, and he came in '89 while we were stationed there. So this is another added treat.
So he always finds you?
Yes.
I thought it was really funny that he came down in the helicopter.
But where's the sleigh?
I bet he left it because he was waiting he wanted to let the sleigh have a rest.
I think Santa's more used to reindeer and boats.
There's no rest for Santa, still getting used to this flying machine. Over the rooftops and the houses he came, bearing gifts and getting some just the same.
Can you say yeah, he has a hat. Oh, another hat for me? Oh, thank you, Victoria. Why don't you say...
And if you thought this was just for the kids on his list, think again. For Wesley Pannett, who lives at Boston Light, the nation's only manned lighthouse, the red and white is a sight to behold.
It gets kind of lonely out here, especially this time of year. And
what did you ask for?
some razor blades.
Some razor blades?
Razor blades and some magazines and stuff to help pass the time in the winter.
And we heard him exclaim as he flew out of sight,
Merry Christmas!
To all and your houses of light. Beth Germano, News Center 5 tonight.
Yeah, it is neat. You never know how Santa's going to show up.
This is true.
And some of us are wondering how the weather is going to show up.
Well, first things first, for the big game tomorrow.
Gets mixed up with his in-laws.
I say dump him.
He becomes the outlaw.
Your dad's so mad he's got that spit thing going on in the corner of his mouth.
Foxworthy. Then Julia flips for a new guy.
I want to send the right message.
What message? I do tax returns?
But he flips back.
You're looking at my hair, aren't you?
Maybe this time after Foxworthy, Saturday.
Some of the world's best tasting water comes from an unexpected source. The Brita water filtration pitcher transforms tap water. The special Brita filter reduces chlorine taste and odor, eliminates 93% of lead, taking tap water back to nature. Brita, tap into great taste. Available at Brooks Pharmacy and Caldor.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift that grows.
Chia Herb Garden includes everything you need to grow fresh herbs right in your own kitchen. 4 distinctive terracotta clay pots and saucers, 6 different seed packets to choose from, instruction booklet, recipes, and the natural chia growing sponge. It's clean and easy. No more mess or worries. The chia growing sponge maintains just the right amount of air and moisture. Place a moistened chia sponge in each pot. Sprinkle on herb seeds, water, and watch it grow.
Chia.
Cooking with fresh herbs is healthy and makes food taste delicious. Grow herbs indoors in the winter. Transplant them in the spring. Look for chia on the box. Chia Herb Garden, the gourmet gift that everyone can grow.
The Chia Herb Garden is available at Walgreens, Brooks Pharmacy, Rite Aid, Kmart, NHD, Woolworth, Benny's, and participating True Value hardware stores. Makes a great gift.
Holiday at Pops, a Channel 5 special presentation Sunday night at 8. WCVB-TV Boston. Now, this is News Center Park. Coverage you can count on.
Republicans and Democrats talk about how to reopen government while federal sites shut down. More snow, fun for some. Mark's got an eye on the latest storm. Snow or no, it was full steam ahead for shoppers today, and a pitiful end to any playoff hopes. Good evening. A balanced budget is just a dream tonight. The government ground to a halt again as budget talks broke off once more, meaning hundreds of federal workers face layoff. The latest federal shutdown technically began a minute after midnight this morning. Because it hit on the weekend, those most visibly affected were tourists visiting hundreds of national parks and museums. 3 weeks of on and off negotiations are off, and angry rhetoric is on. No further at federal landmarks where tourists were turned away today, and no further in budget talks, which hit a dead end. President Clinton and Republicans traded accusations today, but made no plans to restart negotiations.
We don't believe that decimating Medicare and Medicaid and undermining our investments in education and the environment, raising taxes on working families is a good prescription for America's future. And it is not necessary to balance the budget.
We need good faith bargaining from the president, not smoke and mirrors, not the rhetoric of fear. The nation needs for the president to put forth a legitimate, real, balanced budget with honest numbers, real savings, one that will allow the federal government to live within its means.
This is as close as you can get to the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor today. All over the country, tourists were on the outside looking in.
Get with the program, stay at work till you get it done. Yeah. There's no time to have any leisure activities when you got the government shut down.
We elected them to do a job, and they're not doing it.
This is the second government shutdown in a month. Today, the Senate chaplain appealed for divine intervention.
Negotiations with the administration have deadlocked in an internecine no-win battle. We are talking at each other. We are not carefully listening to each other.
Local politicians have been weighing in as well with their opinions on the budget crisis.
I can't believe that at a time when we celebrate the spirit of giving, at a time when we understand what community really is about, when most people reach out to help people, that Washington is willing to shut down the government because some people don't believe that people who are on the edge ought to get a little bit of help.
Mr. Kerry said thousands of local residents will have trouble paying their heating bills because this winter, because of the shutdown, has tied up their aid money. Meanwhile, local tourist attractions are losing business. Federal landmarks that require employee supervision have been closed because of the budget battle. The Bunker Hill Monument is among them. Visitors to the Boston National Historical Park were given a flyer explaining the situation. Some sites, such as the Freedom Trail, will remain open because they do not require federal supervision. The mission to Bosnia continues to involve local troops. A reserve unit from Fort Devens has been told to intensify training tonight. The 883rd Medical Company is comprised of psychiatrists, psychologists, and social workers.
They will probably be working in an Army hospital in Germany, treating soldiers who are left in Germany, who did not deploy to Bosnia, families of those soldiers and the soldiers who did deploy to Bosnia, They may treat soldiers in Bosnia who are evacuated back to Germany and so forth.
The reserve company will be stationed in Germany, replacing an Army unit which has been sent to Bosnia. Meanwhile, inclement weather is preventing NATO troops from landing in Bosnia. For the third straight day, heavy fog has prevented Air Force planes from landing at the Tuzla airport. The planes are trying to bring troops and supplies into the city. The earliest the first combat troops can now move into the city would be tomorrow, providing the weather clears. And the weather isn't much better here. It has been snowing in spurts all day. Mark has been tracking the storm from the Weather Center. Mark?
Okay, Pam, and so far it's been a wimpy storm around here, although north of Boston, up around Cape Ann, 5 inches of snow fell this morning. But let's look at the map and see what's going to happen tonight. We are talking about snow getting steadier and heavier throughout the area. We're not looking for a big blitz here. And there will be some areas of mixed freezing drizzle and sleet along the coast, gradually going over to all snow. And rain on the Cape will be changing to snow late at night. So basically, there will be lots of icy roads around. If you're out driving, please be careful. Now let's go to the latest radar loop. And I want to show you that bands of snow have been pinwheeling in from the ocean all day. And that's going to be the scenario overnight as well. More snow coming at us from New York State may enhance the snowfall rates a little bit late tonight. And when I come back, we'll tell you how much snow we're going to get, and we'll talk about the rumors of another storm here by Tuesday. Pam?
All right, Mark, thank you. The final countdown is on with just 1 full week left before Christmas. The malls were packed today with determined holiday shoppers. But despite the masses, News Center 5's Peter Henderson reports there's not a lot of spending going on.
In the square in Medford, it might have been just another slushy Saturday. There was no real sign of any shopping frenzy. Tony Lucci's sporting goods store, which specializes in hockey gear, does well every winter. And down at Stretch-A-Buck, the sale of stocking stuffers is providing some cheer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you too.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Okay, bye. You too.
But on a day with uncertain weather and tough to find parking, Main Street in Medford, Main Street anywhere, had a tough time competing with the malls.
Meanwhile, here at the big malls, business is brisk. People may be spending money, but many of them say they are being careful.
I definitely do not do credit cards. And when the money runs out, that's it. I was tempted just a few minutes ago to charge something. I just decided I'm not going to do it. That's my resolution.
I usually try to stay within reason, but if there's something that I really know the person will like, I'll buy it. But usually I try to stay within a budget. I'm trying to stay away from using my credit card this year, so I don't get hit with the interest.
Nevertheless, long lines at ATMs and long shopping lists in hand suggest many people are spending money, snow or no snow.
Well, the weather isn't too bad, and really there's only about a final week left of shopping, so they don't have much choice at this point. They got to go out there and spend, as you can see looking around here.
Indeed they are, and mall managers say sales will be slightly up over last year. Peter Henderson, News Center 5.
And a reminder, Channel 5 will be running a holiday kettle drive along with the Salvation Army next week. Monday through Friday, outside our Channel 5 studios in Needham, the Salvation Army will set up 2 kettles, one for general contributions and one to help those affected by the Malden Mills fire. A Salvation Army truck will take donations of non-perishable food, blankets, and toys. And we are all busy at this time of the year, but if you can stop by between 8 a.m. and 6:30 p.m., you'll find us off Route 128 at exit 19B, right next to Muzzy Ford. Coming up next, a holiday tradition continues tonight on New England's coastline, and warming up with Keith Lockhart for tomorrow's special Holiday at Pops. Get in on a great holiday special. This week on Real Estate Review, we visit the Ponds at Plymouth, where great home buyer incentives are making now the best time to buy here. We'll also be featuring a number of homes for sale that you can pick up for a great bargain. Hi, I'm Lorraine Barnicoat. Join us on Sunday as we showcase the Ponds at Plymouth, as well as a number of other homes for sale throughout New England. Join us Sunday for Real Estate Review right here on Channel 5.
Introducing the most comprehensive calling plan in the world. One that will surprise you with its simplicity. AT&T True Reach International Savings. Save on any call, from any phone, anytime. Save 25% on every kind of international call. Guaranteed. Even save 25% on calls around the U.S. AT&T True Reach International Savings. Simplicity itself. That's your true choice, AT&T.
Pumpkin, it's time to wash your blankie.
No.
Blankie?
No.
Bologna sandwich.
No.
Okay.
Who says the world has changed?
This is good.
You still love the taste of an Oscar Mayer bologna sandwich. You just forgot.
Blankie.
No.
Quality beef and no fillers. Can you ever be too grown up for Oscar Mayer?
The Volvo 960 comes with just about everything standard. And for a limited time, it also comes with this. 0% financing is now available on the top-of-the-line Volvo 960s. Or if you prefer, you can lease one for as little as $399 a month. There are also exceptional buys on the front-wheel drive Volvo 850 with its powerful 168-horsepower engine. But these programs end December 31st. See your local Volvo dealer for details. And drive safely.
The day ends. 10,000 workers head earthward, down through the 110 stories, leaving behind any thought of what will become of the 4 tons of paper they threw away today. Not to worry. A good recycling plan can overcome any obstacle, even the world's tallest. What business do we have saying we help the environment? That is our business.
You're watching News Center 5 at 6. Coverage you can count on with Pam Cross, Anthony Everett, meteorologist Mark Rosenthal, and Ed Harding on sports. Now, News Center 5 continues.
It wouldn't be a New England Christmas without a trip to the Lighthouse Keepers. It's a tradition that started almost 70 years ago and continues today. The Flying Santa is still bringing gifts and smiles to families who guard the rugged coast. Today, they eagerly awaited his arrival. News Center 5's Beth Germano was waiting as well.
Could this explain how Santa sees you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake? He's flying overhead. After all, this is quicker than a sleigh.
What's it like seeing Santa come in a helicopter?
Different. It's different than seeing him come and slide in. I wonder where his reindeer are.
Johnny Lee, where's Joe? Hi, Johnny. Merry Christmas, Johnny.
David, it's his second Christmas, and he's all psyched, and we are too. Merry Christmas, y'all.
For the keepers of the lighthouses along the New England coast, the sight of this flying machine means a special run from the North Pole just for them. When life by the sea can be cold and lonely these winter months, Santa coming to the shore brings with it magic.
Hi, Kyle. You want to sit up here? Atta boy. How you been?
There's nothing that compares to it. I guess the North Pole would be the next best place to spend Christmas, but this is beautiful.
The kids love it. I mean, just to see their faces is great.
What is it?
It's a backpack. A squirrel.
And what are you going to do with it?
I'll put stuff in it.
This tradition began in 1929 when an airplane pilot got lost in a snowstorm near the Maine coast. It was the beacons of 7 lighthouses that helped him set a course for a safe landing. He returned a few days later, ever grateful, the Santa of the lighthouses.
The pilot retraced that treacherous course, bearing gifts that continues today, bringing out the child in everyone, even the men who guard the Boston Light.
Been good.
This time of year, things slow down, gets kind of quiet. We look forward to visitors, especially him, because he brings presents.
Thank you, Lightkeepers. Merry Christmas.
Beth Germano, News Center 5.
Well, they weren't the only ones with presents. We had a special treat in our Needham studios today. Keith Lockhart and the Boston Pops were joined by the Manhattan Transfer, warming up this afternoon for tomorrow's special Holiday at Pops. The special live telecast airs here on Channel 5 tomorrow night from 8 to 10. Please join us then. And there is more to come on News Center 5, like how much snow is in our future. Mark's forecast is next.
Some of the world's best tasting water comes from an unexpected source. The Brita water filtration pitcher transforms tap water. The special Brita filter reduces chlorine taste and odor, eliminates 93% of lead, taking tap water back to nature. Brita, tap into great taste. Available at Caldor and Bradley's.
Kitchen Etc., the cooking and dining superstore, is the source for your holiday entertaining and gift giving with savings up to 40% every day. Calphalon's 11-piece cookware set now only $349.99. With any Calphalon purchase of $150 or more, receive a bonus bake pan, a $63 value. Cuisinart makes it easy with their mini prep, only $29.99. And the 5-piece professional S-knife block set from Henkel's, only $149.99. Kitchen Etc. has full bridal registry services. Kitchen Etc., everything you need to prepare and serve good food.
With so many viewing choices, Zenith makes selecting and recording programs simple at last. Featuring Starsight, the only on-screen program guide that lets you select any show, anytime, and record at the touch of a button. Available now with Zenith's best picture ever, Zenith with Starsight. See them at your Zenith dealer.
Boston Market introduces Hearth Honey hams for the holidays. Questions, anyone?
Do you use the finest boneless ham?
Are you blending the honey with cinnamon and cloves?
Does the glaze bake up sweet and crunchy?
The ham is real tender and juicy, right? Well, then who needs us?
New Hearth Honey hams. Order one now for the holidays. And don't forget our great home-style side dishes from your nearby Boston Market.
While we had the '85 Camry, we put 3 kids through school, moved twice, and had 3 presidents. 2 since I made the last payment. I figured I was ready for a new one.
When a product far exceeds your expectations, when it's affordable to start with and worth more long after it's paid for, that saves you money. That's real value.
Simply the best. You know, this new one could last 20 years. Better than all the rest.
Now, meteorologist Mark Rosenthal and the Weather Center 5 forecast.
Well, Anthony is off. I don't know if he went skiing or not, but there's some new snow, huh?
Yeah, we've been waiting all day for the storm to start to pick up in intensity. So far, it's sort of been a wimpy storm here. But you're looking at me like, come on, Mark, we've had so much snow this season. Right. It's true. So anyway, let's see what's going on right now in terms of the conditions in Boston. I'll tell you, folks, I've been waiting all day for the snow. Looking out, people have been saying, where's the snow? Well, it should be coming. We have freezing drizzle right now in Boston and 32 degrees. It's raining out in the Cape. Temperatures there in the 30s, but a smattering of snow here and there. Worcester, Concord, Lebanon, New Hampshire, up through Montpelier. Visibilities 1 to 3 miles. So really nothing to write home about right now. In terms of the national map, here's what's going on. One storm brought a couple of inches of snow to New York City this morning. That is moving out. Here comes another little weak storm back from the Great Lakes. It'll be diving southeast into the mean storm position here on the East Coast with a little bit of lift going on in the atmosphere and northeast wind at the surface. So we could get a couple of inches of snow tonight. If you are going out, certainly be careful. Then the snow is out of here probably about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And then finally, high pressure is going to build down from Canada with sunshine. Yes, sunshine comes in here tomorrow. That's going to be nice. But there is another storm developing in the southwest, and it's going to tap all kinds of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be a juicy storm. Is it coming this way? Sure, why not? Why break continuity? Probably for Tuesday night, and Wednesday, maybe in the form of snow. Now, in terms of the latest radar loop, here's what's going on. Here comes one band of snow nailing New York and Washington and Philly this morning. That's out of the picture, but also notice bands of snow coming in from the Atlantic Ocean. That's one area that we've been watching. Here comes another area starting to blossom back towards New York State. This will be moving southeast, so we should see the snowfall rates being enhanced here tonight. And before all said and done, we're looking in the range of about 2 to 5 inches of snow here in the Boston area. Already 5 inches on the ground in Rockport and Cape Ann, and perhaps 2 or 3 in Boston before all said and done. So overnight, it's occasional snow, a little bit of freezing drizzle, some rain on the Cape. We'll be going over to snow. Temperatures by morning will be in the 20s with some very slick going. And then for tomorrow, any flurries ending earlier than partly sunny, breezy and cold weather, about 35 degrees. And then for tomorrow night, it's clear and cold, 7 to 19. And the extended outlook for Monday calls for partly sunny, windy, and cold weather. Temperatures in the mid-30s and maybe some more snow by Tuesday night.
Oh boy, we'll look ahead later. Thank you, Mark.
Sure.
Well, if you have access to the internet, you can get up-to-date information on the storm anytime on 5 Online. Our address on the World Wide Web is www.wcvb.com. Walt Perkins has been cruising the internet.
Yeah.
He was looking for scores, though.
I was looking for points for the Patriots, but couldn't find enough, Pam. If the NFL halves were just 28 minutes long, the Pats could be coming home smiling.
Four girls in Gloucester. Always see kids, no, young kids, buying cigarettes from machines. So what do? They start a petition. They collect signatures, lots of signatures. They take them to the city council, revisions, lawyers, politicians. Boom! The mayor grabs his pen, signs it into law. Wheels turn, the action begins. Say bye-bye. Four kids, they had an idea. They took control, they changed the rules, so can you.
This Christmas, the Jewelers at 333 Washington Street. 7 floors and over 150 jewelers to choose from. The Jewelers at 333 Washington Street. Selection to please every holiday budget. For over 70 years, the choice has been the Jewelers at 333 Washington Street.
Discover your optimal beauty naturally at Giuliano of Newbury Street, winner Best of Boston 1995. Get the pampering you deserve, and for that very special someone, beautifully packaged gifts and gift certificates are available. Giuliano.
What, man? Sheila's pregnant. Pregnant? What do you mean pregnant? Yeah. The doctor says she needs my support now while she's pregnant.
Ask her to connect with the Boston Healthy Start Initiative. Call 1-800-531-BABY. Your lady, your baby, your move.
If your teenager seems sad or irritable, they may be suffering from depression. Dr. Steingart at Children's Hospital is seeking participants for a research study using antidepressants to determine whether they treat teen depression. A comprehensive psychiatric evaluation is available for eligible participants. Call for information.
You know, there's nothing quite like a leisurely drive in the Outback. Subaru Outback, that is. And you can bet your boots there's nothing quite like this. The amazing Outback lease. Now that's what I call a ripper deal. Just ask your Subaru dealer about it. If they don't do you right, let me know. My no-nonsense approach can be very effective. Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
Get in on a great holiday special. This week on Real Estate Review, we visit the Ponds at Plymouth, where great home buyer incentives are making now the best time to buy here. We'll also be featuring a number of homes for sale that you can pick up for a great bargain. Hi, I'm Lorraine Barnicoat. Join us on Sunday as we showcase the Ponds at Plymouth, as well as a number of other homes for sale throughout New England. Join us Sunday for Real Estate Review right here on Channel 5.
Well, it's curtains for the Patriots. Curtains as in steel curtain. Curtains as in there will be no playoffs for the Pats this year. The Pittsburgh Steelers' league-leading defense came through late in both halves this afternoon to hand the Pats a 41-27 loss and end all hopes of postseason play for New England. Here is Three River Stadium, a homecoming for Pats rookie running back Curtis Martin. He did not disappoint. His family and friends on hand, 120 strong today, and he picked up 120 yards rushing against the AFC's best defense. Pats led 6-3 with 1:15 left in the first half. O'Donnell to Yancey Thigpen beats Carlos Yancey with a touchdown, 10-6 Pittsburgh. Patriots get the ball back, but Bledsoe has it stripped away. And 305-pound Brenson Buckner picks it up and rumbles. 46 yards for the touchdown. 2 touchdowns in the final, 1:15 of the half, 17-6 Pittsburgh at the break. Third quarter, Bledsoe finds Ben Coates for the touchdown. Pats cut the Steelers' lead to 5, 17-12, but Pittsburgh gets it right back. Cordell Stewart hurt the Pats with his passing, catching, and running, breaks several tackles. 22-yard touchdown, 24-12 Pittsburgh. Fourth quarter, Patriots mount a comeback. Bledsoe to Coates between 3 Steelers for the touchdown, 24-19 game. After a Steeler field goal, the Patriots complete the comeback.
And play action over the middle, complete to Martin. He's got a first down inside the 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Curtis Martin. 2-point conversion at 10. Bledsoe is back. He looks. He throws. It is caught and in. 2 points to David Meggett. And the Patriots have tied it up.
Now it'll remain that way with 1:40 left. O'Donnell to Ernie Mills. And look at what Mills does. He beats Yancey, shakes free, goes 62 yards for the score, 34-27 Pittsburgh. Parcells says, hey, we've got time. We still have time. But on the next Patriots play, Ben Coates has the ball stripped away. Chris Oldham will pick it up, takes it in from 27 yards out. Ouch. And officially eliminate the Pats from the playoffs. 41-27, the final from Pittsburgh.
Well, we had a lot of guys play awfully well today. As I told the team, we had about 38 playing their ass off, and about 7 I wish I would have left at home.
When it came down to time for us to be the ones to make the other team crack, we didn't. You know, we gave up some plays and just couldn't close it.
We're just not mature enough to understand when we got a chance to win. And we had a chance to win, 27-all. We had a chance to win today. We just made a couple of plays, but they made them and we couldn't make them, and that's the difference between these two teams. There's not much other difference.
Pats did pretty well against the league-leading defense. Look at Bledsoe's numbers, 39-60, 336, 3 TDs, and a partial score, Green Bay beating up on New Orleans. This time of year, it's not unusual to hear someone say, season's greetings. Well, if you see Dino Raja, why don't you say season's best? Dino had that last night at Fleet Center as the Celtics won handily, 122-103. The reason the Celts are winning these days, 3 in a row is for that matter, the running game. David Wesley pushes the ball up court, finds Todd Day for 2 of his 13. As for Raja, his best game of the young season, 31 points and 14 rebounds.
Is being 1 over 500. Again, like I said in the last game, my position is that we should have a better record than that. You know, we lost some tough ones early on. But this team is competing. This team is going out every single day. They're competing. They're working hard. You can start to sense the togetherness that this team is developing, pulling for one another, and it's exciting.
Dino finishes strong on the baseline.
And one last note, Mike McFarland has re-signed with the Kansas City Royals. 1 year with the Sox. That's enough.
Okay, and that's the last word, too. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tonight at 11.
Imagine you earn $20,000 a year, too much to qualify for Medicaid, but not enough to afford the $6,000 it will cost for an individual health insurance policy to cover you and your kids. An estimated 700,000 people in Massachusetts are in a similar fix. Some could get group coverage at work, but can't pay their share of the premium. Others don't even have that option. That's where Governor Wells' Mass Health proposal comes in. It would use some of the hospital free care pool to give credits to employers who offer health insurance and to subsidize worker premiums. That's an idea worth advancing, but it doesn't solve the whole problem. Another approach is a House Insurance Committee bill that would require HMOs and commercial insurers for the first time to take all applicants. They would also be required to limit waiting periods for coverage, to renew policies even if a person's health changes, and to offer at least one policy with standard benefits so buyers can compare prices. This is generally the non-discriminatory rule under which Blue Cross Blue Shield already operates. Details must still be worked out, but both the governor's proposal and the legislature's bill should go forward. We can't look to Washington for solutions at this time, so Massachusetts must be creative about increasing health care access for all.
After 3/4 of a century, Find J. Lenaud Furs of Chestnut Hill has filed Chapter 11. You save 40 to 60% off everything store-wide. New merchandise arriving daily. We're cutting prices, not quality. Boston's best fur savings, J. Lenaud Furs.
The Peking Garden Restaurant in Lexington Center is celebrating their 23-year anniversary with the renovation of their dining room. Dim sum, buffets, and banquet facilities for up to 250 people. Just a new look inside. Come to the Peking Garden today.
HMO Blue, tough, still good. Over 30 health plans have chosen Melrose Wakefield Hospital. They've chosen our hospital because they trust the quality and value of the health care we provide. They